button. Push the goddamn button.
I can admit sometimes I take things out of context, misread the room, and end up sticking my foot in my own mouth. We've all been there at some point. I'm humble enough to own up to that. I'm gonna let y'all be the deciding factor in this. Melyssa Ford, you said some things here that sounds good on paper, but we gotta have a conversation. Roll for this.
I love it. I love I love my life. I really, really, really do. And I just don't have to justify it to anybody. I don't need to convince anybody at all. If you're not convinced, I don't care. I really don't, so that's where things sit with me, girl.
And the thing about it is, anybody who's like, why have to repeat it so much if it's true? Because it's never been said before.
That's a fact.
It's never been said before.
Yeah,
and there are millions of women who have been waiting to hear someone like you advocate for the lifestyle that you have, for the freedom, for the sense of self, for the sense of safety that you have.
And exactly. And that's another reason why when they say, oh, well, she's trying to convince other women to, follow in her path and not have babies and not get married. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Like I said, whatever floats your boat, go ahead and do that. But for the women who are sitting with those conflicting feelings of, yeah, I kind of agree with Melyssa, like the marriage and kids thing, it never really did resonate with me. And I feel pressure. Well, I'm here to give a name to it for you. I'm here to show you what it looks like when you jump across the line and you just embrace your truth. You embrace who you really actually want to be so that you can thrive from that point. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of flux. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of confusion of, should I, shouldn't I? Well, this is expected of me, blah, blah, blah. Once you let go of what you believe are everybody else's expectations of you, and you really sit and think to yourself, my life is my gift and I can do what I want with it. And I think that this is what I want with it, whatever that may be. That is the greatest moment in anybody's life. I love it. I love it.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody ain't gonna get married. Everybody not gonna have kids. That's just the reality of it. Some people don't want either or. That's just the reality of it. If what you're conveying is you're speaking for or on behalf of those who are confused about that, because people are telling you and shoving it down your throat, that's what you're supposed to have. I understand it. I do. However, I think here's the issue, at least from where I'm sitting. You spent your younger years going from pogo to pogo, living up the way that you saw fit. And while you were jumping from man to man, the chemical balance became imbalanced. Your personality shifted. The way that you perceive relationships shifted. The way that you see love shifted. You're speaking from an experience of being around a lot of wealth in their lifestyle and how they rudimentarily, if that's the word, you're speaking from their experience, hardships, ups and downs, trial and errors, smiles and cries, good days, bad days. You're not looking at it from the perspective of someone who has never drove in $500,000 cars and flown from Italy to New York and things of that nature. The ones that's worried about getting bills paid together, working through arguments and fighting together and building upon that and getting kids dressed. You're not speaking from those type of perspectives. You're speaking from a video vixen's point of view, being used to and being accustomed to having a certain sense of control because you always had control or had access to it. Being in denial or being denied is not really a prerequisite for you. So you can't necessarily speak on behalf of those who might see what you're seeing or think the way that you're thinking, because they might be fighting with it from other areas than you are. I know that's going to go over a lot of people's head. It's cool. I wonder what brought you to the conclusion that you made these statements. Because a lot of you specifically, when you talk about things like this, it comes from your own personal situations. It's never rooted in generalities or majority. Sure, you went through that. And maybe a couple people you know went through that. That ain't got nothing to do with me or the woman that was talking with you here. So, personally, in my opinion, the only reason you saying what you saying is because you got ran through. Your past makes you untrustworthy. So you're disqualifying yourself so that you feel good about the men that you actually want disqualifying you first. You jumped ahead just like many of y'all do it. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But hey, I'm not mad at you. Live your truth if that's what it is.